All right, guys, welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another episode of Talking Finance while playing chess. In today's live stream, we will give a market update. Actually, I'll probably just give the market update now, and then we could get into some chess. All right. So as of today, market index performance: the S&P is up 0.8% to 5,405.97 cents. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 0.8%, $40,524.79. NASDAQ Composite up 0.6% to $16,831. Russell up 1.1% to 1880. Also says despite today's gains, all major indexes remain down year to date, with the Nasdaq off 12.8% and the S&P down 8.1%. Yeah, a lot of people still think we are going into recession. Some people think we're already in a recession, and I honestly think with the tariffs moved out of the way and this delay of 90 days, I think it's just going to be beneficial for the market. I think China and the U.S. will come to some type of agreement here pretty soon, and I think all that stuff will blow over. All the other countries, I think, are in the works. It's in the works to get a deal done with the tariffs. So yeah, so it says market drivers, tariff relief. The White House temporarily exempted smartphones, computers, and semiconductors from the new tariffs. So this was also big too, because I think there's a flat 10% tariff. So they placed a 90-day delay for tariffs. It was delayed for 90 days. However, there's still that base of 10%. But now they're excluding smartphones, computers, and semiconductors from new tariffs. So that's very bullish, right? Because that's a big revenue source for our country, and I'm pretty sure for other countries as well. Tech rally. Tech stocks surge on the tariff news. Apple and Dell each rose 6%. Yeah, Dell was under $100, while Nvidia gained 3%. Earnings boost. Goldman Sachs reported better than expected Q1 earnings, with shares climbing 3%. Bond market and currency. Treasury yields. The 10-year Treasury rose to 4.44%, marking the largest weekly increase in over 2 decades. Analysts attribute this to foreign investor sell-offs and hedge fund liquidations amid tariff-induced volatility. Yeah, and typically they don't want the interest rates to go up on these 10 years because we have foreign investors selling off, and hedge funds as well, liquidating their positions. So it's basically going to be, less desirable, right? For these are more desired to sell these things with a higher interest rate. U.S. dollar, the dollar weakened nearly 5% against major currencies in April, reflecting diminished demand for dollar-dominated assets. All right, and then so that was kind of for the overall stock market. Let's take a look at the crypto market really quick. Bitcoin is at 84,800. So again, I honestly think we reached the bottom. Now we're kind of just in that consolidation period, and we're getting ready. We're getting ready for the next leg up. I honestly think AI coins are going to do really well, and there's going to be certain sectors that move. I think it's going to be sector by sector. So obviously the fastest horse, the best sector that moves first, if you're in those sectors, you could take those profits and move to other. Now, again, not financial advice, but that's typically how it works, right? One sector takes off, then it moves on to the next, and it typically happens within like a month or two time frame. It's pretty quick, these parabolic moves within crypto. All right, so that's pretty much it with the update. Let's start a game of chess. I'm going to do one game, and yeah, let's begin. All right, I'm white. Oh, come on, man. It aborted the darn game. So, what is this? New one. All right, now I'm black. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Aborted the game so you could get a different color piece. All right. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh. Yeah, but I think the crypto market is picking up here. I think again we're on track to get this rate cut in June. I think it's more scheduled for June instead of May, but who knows? You just never know what the Fed's gonna do. All right, so you move this down. All right. But yeah, I honestly think the market's clearing up. I think people are kind of done with the recession fears at this point. Um, and we're seeing it in price action. People are getting back into the market. We're seeing prices increase. Now, I'm not saying we can't have some additional pullbacks, but I mean, the market's looking like it's picking up for once. And I think that's game. Yeah, I think that's game. All right, if I go here, he has to take, and he can't do anything there. There we go. Just had to calculate that. All right, that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna do one game, keep the score nice and clean. But yeah, so market's looking pretty good. I haven't really seen much news today. I mean, again, it's really been hush on the tariffs. It's been paused for 90 days. So I don't think people are worried about that. And we'll see what the market does in the next month here. But that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.